Shannon, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. Shannon, I'm reading your story about Adrian Killens at OrlandoSentinel.com, and you're writing about Killens' 100-yard kickoff return, obviously, against East Carolina. And then I read this thing about this YouTube video in which some fan is watching the kickoff return on TV while commenting on it. Here's a little snippet of that, Shannon.
Somebody just sent me this.
Top two fastest nights.
I told y'all a week ago, 2 weeks ago, from UCF, that Killens is the fastest man in college or the NFL. He go! You're not gonna catch him. That boy run like he trying to get to Jesus. That boy run like Jesus in the end zone. You're not gonna catch him. He gone. He gone. Fastest boy. I don't watch it again.
Top two fastest
because he ran so fast I barely even saw it the first time. My goodness. My goodness. Cheese and bread. This boy is fast.
Cheese and bread.
I watched that like 5 times.
That is so hilarious. Is that guy a UCF fan?
No, he doesn't even know Adrian Killens. He actually mostly comments about SEC schools. He just happened to notice that Adrian was fast, and he did a couple videos. That's what's so funny about it. He doesn't even know him.
So one of the things he says in that video, we didn't quite get to it. He said that Adrian Killens' grandmother probably ran a 4.2, 40-yard dash.
4.2 in the 40.
Hey, do you have Shannon asking Adrian Killens about that? Here's your question to Adrian yesterday.
Adrian, what was the most interesting reaction that you heard? I mean, we saw the LSU dad video. Your grandma runs a 4.2 and all that.
Yeah, that video is pretty funny. It's going viral. Everyone keep asking me, do I know the guy? I don't know him. He made one after the Michigan run I had. My grandma doesn't run a 4.2. She's never ran track.
So grandma doesn't run a 4.2. You've got that confirmed yesterday?
No, that's some good investigative journalism, though, right?
Shannon, I got to tell you, I mean, watching this guy, I said this earlier, he's one of the most electric players I've ever seen in college football. Our daily list today is most electric players in state of Florida football history, and I'm putting him right there with Peter Warwick, Deion Sanders, guys like that. I mean, he is unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, I mean, coaches are excited about him because you know when he gets the ball in his hands, at least one time during every game, he's going to have some major breakout play. And that's important for UCF at this juncture because their offense is still a little glitchy. As a whole, I think individually there's some things that are going great. You know, the offensive line has progressed. The run game is good. Pass game is kind of hit or miss. So having Adrian Killens, you know, in the game, it can really break things open for them when they need it.
Shannon, obviously it was a big win to go on the road, win your conference opener. UCF fans are very excited right now. How excited should we be? Should we start thinking about maybe UCF could at least challenge to get into the conference championship game, or is it too soon for that?
I think it's too soon for that. It's still a long season. You know, injuries happen for everybody in college football. You never know what can happen. I always say you're always one injury away from things going downhill. So I think it's way too early to say that. But what I do think is these next 3 games are critical for UCF because that could still a bowl game for them. You know, they got Tulane. That's a pretty winnable game. You know, Temple has struggled a little bit this season, so that could be a game that they could take at home. And then you go on the road to UConn, and UConn's offense still hasn't quite come together. So with UConn struggling on offense and then UCF defense playing lights out, I mean, that could be a big win for them, too. They win those 3 games, and they're good for a bowl game. So I definitely think that fans should be excited that they're going to see a lot more improvement this season and perhaps a lot earlier than a lot of people projected. But, you know, I still say it's way too early to talk about conference championship.
I got to tell you, even though UCF's defense gave up a lot of yards against East Carolina, they played I thought the defense was better than the offense on Saturday.
No question. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they gave up 450 yards or something, but it didn't matter. I mean, they had
also on the field. ECU ran 100 plays. They were on the field quite a bit because the offense wasn't. They didn't get going quick enough. You know, they had to score pretty much as safety and special teams in order to put points on the board for UCF. So that's what really got the game going. So for me, yes, you're right. They did leave some plays on the field that they should have filled up. But at the same time, I think when you're on the field that long and you're having to play that much, and then you lose Mark Rucker to a targeting ejection in the third quarter, I think those are things you have to remember and consider for the complexion of the game.
Do you what are we thinking about who's going to start at quarterback on Friday night?
Honestly, Mike, I don't know because I didn't see the Justin Holman thing coming. You know, the way that it played out for us was that, McKenzie, you know, we heard he rolled his ankle, but it wasn't that bad. He probably would play. You know, he was throwing the ball during warm-ups, so we had no indication that he wasn't going to play. So it was a game-time decision. They decided at the last minute that, you know what, he doesn't look 100%. Let's go with Justin. This week, I really don't know. It could be McKenzie. It could be Justin. I feel like these are becoming game-time decisions or week-time decisions. However, I did ask Frost about, you know, the number of reps that Holman took leading up to that game, and he did say that McKenzie has taken more of the reps, but they don't have one guy that's running the first team all the time. So it's still pretty evenly distributed with McKenzie getting a little bit more.
I want to ask you about a story you wrote over the weekend up in East Carolina. I guess Buddy Dyer, the mayor of Orlando, always makes a trip with UCF every year. So I'm reading this story. Buddy Dyer told you he's predicting UCF will get into the Big 12. Does Buddy Dyer know anything, or is that just him being a mayor?
I think that's him being a mayor. I mean, of course he's going to want to say UCF is going to get into the Big 12. But he has been a part of helping in the process to make that push for UCF to get in the Big 12. He did say that he shot some promotional videos, and I guess he helped to write some letters. So he's definitely been working hand in hand with Danny White to try to make that push for UCF to get to the Big 12. But honestly, I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen. So it'd be hard for Buddy to have some kind of inside information saying that they're going to get in, because I don't even think the Big 12 knows what the Big 12 is going to do.
Shannon Green, our UCF insider from the Orlando Sentinel. Shannon, before we let you go, I got to ask you about your alma mater, the University of Texas.
Do we have to talk about it?
What is going on there? Is Charlie Strong going to survive this season?
Oh, Mike, I don't know. And I understand UCF fans don't like Charlie Strong because obviously what happened in Louisville has left a sour taste in their mouth. But obviously, you know, I went to Texas. That's my school, and I hate to see him struggle. But I think Charlie Strong could be in trouble this season for sure.
Yeah, third year there. He demoted the offense.
4 years, I think, to at least have an impact. I think it's still early to me to say, oh, you're done.
She said ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said SHIP.
You should have seen the look on Bianchi's face, Shannon. It was awesome.
I wanted to. Did you say? Did you say what I think you said? No, you said ship.
He moved for that dump button so quickly.
Oh, my God.
It was like he knew the answer on Family Feud. It was like, bam!
I wouldn't do you like that, Mike. I have a clean mouth.
At least on the radio.
All the time.
Shannon Green, check out all of her UCF coverage at Orlando Sentinel and OrlandoSentinel.com. You can also hit her up on Twitter at OS Knight. Shannon, we appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, mate.